Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today I have a reading that looks to be a little bit sad. Literally, the combination of these two cards within the Lenormand would suggest depression when you have the mice and the moon. But I also get a sense of somebody being upset or lonesome and realizing that they have to look at themselves in the mirror, realizing that they played a part in the loss that they are dealing with, and trying to figure out what they can do to move forward. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Just teasy. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear they are mowing the property next to mine. So hopefully that doesn't cause you any issues, but if you don't want to watch it, I get it. I think it'll be fine. It's probably not going to last the whole reading. Anyways, happy Friday if you're watching this the day that I posted. I hope you have some fun weekend plans. I hope you have some nice weather. This is the Morgan Greer. The Tower and the Reverse and the Four of Pentacles. So we have somebody that was holding on to a situation or an arrangement. This was a person that was starting arguments and being difficult, right? They didn't want to listen to reason. They didn't want to listen to anything, really. And I feel like it has a lot to do with money. How somebody spends it, how somebody earns it. Oh. All right. There are days, man. There are days I wish I was better at math. Like, I'm not the worst at math, but I wish I could calculate on the spot these like ridiculous what's the word, chances of both the King and Queen of Wands coming out in the reverse next to each other. So this is a couple that has lost their spark, lost their connection. They argue quite a lot. This may have been one of those connections that was really physical or sexual, or dare I even say just like a little bit low vibe, right? So like there were things that connected these two that weren't very spiritual or personal. It was more superficial. But there's something here that caused a rift between the two of these individuals. So they might have been able to kind of like tolerate each other, pretend to people that things were going well. But with this Ace of Cups, I'm seeing either there's a child in the situation, a like creative passion, or an actual, oops, I fell in love with somebody else kind of situation. But there's a desire to protect. And this desire to protect from either the King or the Queen of Wands in the reverse started causing issues in this already kind of tumultuous and perhaps materialistic relationship. Hello there, JG. How are you doing? Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is a very... It seems like transactional or like symbiotic. Like there's not a lot of, hey, how was your day? Can I do anything? Do you want me to make you dinner? None of that. It's just, did you pay the bills? Did you take out the trash? Did you wash dishes? These two don't really like each other. If I haven't made that clear. Hey there, Jimmy. How are you doing? This is either a relationship that had, started when neither of these two were really fully emotionally grown adults, and they just kind of like stuck it out. Or again, there's something that maybe they just really like to drink together. Maybe they like to fish together. Maybe they like to, I don't know. They connected over something. Things worked for a while. But now it's like overwhelming. The characteristics in the other person are really starting to frustrate each individual. Sun in the reverse is another way to confirm basically that we have somebody dealing with depression. And then we have the Page of Cups, which can also talk about mental health. So we have somebody that's overwhelmed dealing with this connection. They feel like this is something that is really making it it's a double Jimmy event. Hi, Jimmy, number 2. It's making it really difficult for other things to happen for these two because of the connection that they are what's the word I want? Dragging out, dragging on. It's no bueno. All right, this is the Poe Tarot. And if you don't know, I don't read these cards in the reverse. Yeah, he is kind of Jimmy number 1. You're right. You're right. Jimmy's awesome. And I'm sure you are too. You're not even a Jimmy though? We're just talking about the liquor, right? Is it like... Never mind. All right, we've got 6 of Candles and the High Priestess. Six of Candles is the 6 of Wands, and everything looks really wilted. We have somebody that's very self-absorbed or self-congratulatory. There's somebody they keep in their midst specifically to sing their praises. Like, yes, go on. Tell me how awesome I am. You just, no, more. Thank you. Stop. No, don't stop. You are rich, respected, admired, beloved. You are happy, as once I was. It's such a weird 6 of Wands card because it really does talk about like victory, recognition, but there's clear jealousy here. So there may be a sense that as this relationship comes to an end, or as the two parties acknowledge this is probably not going to go well, that there will be changes to one's lifestyle. There will be difficult things that need to be managed or handled. I think we have a separation of finances happening. With the High Priestess, it says, let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. I think we have one of these individuals, likely the person who is perhaps a bit more financially at risk if these two do break up, is looking for ways to make sure they come out of this as set up for success as possible. And that's a really like classy way for me to say they're looking to see if they can take money, they're looking if they can take assets, they're looking to see if they can do whatever they can to be a little smarter, right? Well, hi there, Brendan. Hi, Tiana. Hello, Paul. How are we doing today? There are some not so great thoughts going through this person's mind. Like, let me just look at or show you. See how both the females here have like that squinty, like death glare? I'm looking you up and down, trying to figure out if I can take something from you. It's like, yeah, what can I do? I normally love the High Priestess card. I'm not gonna lie. And even this particular one I have liked before. I do not like this one. They're looking for information, or they're looking for ways to better their takings. 3 of Candles or 3 of Wands in the reverse. I can conceive nothing more sublimating than the strange peril and novelty of an adventure such as this. May God grant that we succeed. It's a little unnerving. It's a little uncomfortable. This is disruptive. This pair have been maybe unhappy, but they have been through a lot of things together. There's a sense of adventure and excitement and happiness for at least one of these individuals, maybe both of them, but I think more so the person who is slightly better off financially, or the person who actually carried the relationship financially. This person's going on a new adventure. They might be moving. They might be going on a trip. They might be going to look for a new place to live. But this is like them authoring what their life is going to look like instead of having to do what someone else tells them or take into consideration someone else's maybe very loud opinion. So we have the Emperor. And this is such a great card. Probably what most of you recognize from Poe anyways. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. So we have some sadness here. We have a sense of loss. This is from long ago, forgotten lore. So as these two disentangle, as there is 2 independent people versus a couple, there's one person here that is really thinking about someone from their past, wondering whether or not there's something else there. They're very in their head. Then we have the Wheel. I don't think I've pulled this very often from this deck, so I'm kind of excited. Never to suffer, would never to have been blessed. So this card gives me more of the idea of there being balance, right? Okay, so I've dealt with a lot of shit shoveling recently, so I should be due a win or 2, right? The idea that there is karma or justice in the world, balance. We have somebody that appreciates, I've been through some stupid shit. maybe could have avoided some of it, but I know I have to go through the difficult things in order to get the good things. I am not so great at gardening. I have had a garden and I freaking loved it when I did, and I hope I can have another one someday. I wanted to grow some tomatoes this year and I totally just like forgot. Didn't plant anything, didn't buy anything, whatever, just talked about it. Anyways, by contrast, my good friend has this like whole garden that she showed me, that she's been working on, and like her whole backyard has plants and plants and then more plants. And it's kind of like inspiring, right? Because when you talk about doing something and then you don't actually end up doing it, and then you go see the fruits of the labor, or even just the labor in process, you're like, oh, yeah, I could do that, or I should do that, or I'm really excited for this person because they did that, right? So I feel like we have a sense here that someone's going through it. Someone has perhaps been doing a lot of work, been doing a lot of tedious things to set up a new life or to make a change. It's been maybe a little bit joyless. And if you resonate with that, throw yourself just like a little mini party. Buy your favorite beverage, buy your favorite dessert, go to your favorite spot, listen to your favorite song. I don't know, get a pedicure, do something that makes you happy. I think there's a need here for somebody to remind themselves that they may feel weak because they have gone through a lot, but others would look at them and say, yeah, but look at you. You're like still standing. You went through all of that. Most people would like faint or cry uncle or whatever, you know. Remember to look back on everything you've been through and attribute to yourself the strength that was required to get through those things. Don't diminish that as you know, move through life and things become a little bit more distant. All right, this is the situations deck. Tragedy, forbidden love, toxic, unhealthy behaviors or people, and the hamster wheel in the reverse, daily hustle. So with this forbidden love card, I'm being pulled back to this Ace of Cups that came out with the Nine of Wands, which talks about protecting something you care deeply for, or some sort of, like I mentioned, it could be a kid, it could be a career, something that you're driven to do, or a purpose in your life. But it could also be a love interest that people feel, for whatever reason, shouldn't be your choice. And this toxic card, I feel, is multi-level. I feel like there were people around these two that encouraged toxic behaviors, lifestyles, but I also feel like we have somebody that recognized they could address this problem. They could be less toxic or cut out people that were toxic or what have you. And as this person addresses the unhealthy behaviors, their finances improve. We do have the hamster wheel in the reverse, which I think is interesting because I feel like this is kind of then saying we're skewing the reading, kind of like more clearly deciding that one of these individuals has learned their lesson, is working on what they need to. And as a result, things are going better for them. So if you've been waiting for a decision in terms of a legal situation or a property, child custody agreement, there is progress or a finality approaching very soon. You will get signs about this situation, the whole situation. Numbers are very important. Music could be important. I was listening to Stand By Me. Is that Ben E. King? I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Such a beautiful song. I love that song. The movie's also a freaking classic. That song could have something to do with this reading. The general vibe being, I know things are kind of shit right now. I know things are a little bit difficult, or I've been going through some hard times, but if you're by my side, I'll be fine, which is really sweet. I love that attitude. So this is the Pulp Tarot. Ten of Cups. This seems to be a very common theme. Maybe it just happens more often in life than I realize. We have competing feminine energies for the King of Wands in the reverse, or this Emperor. There's somebody, presumably this Queen of Wands in the reverse from their past, that felt like they were living the good life. They were taken care of by this Emperor energy. And now they're realizing they basically sabotaged their own relationship by maybe just having a sour attitude, not being kind, caring, or respectful of this person. It does kind of come across as, I was just here so that you would pay my bills. That doesn't mean that's exactly how it was. That could be the King of Wands in the reverse perception. But it does feel like we have somebody moving away from this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Remember, we don't read for gender. That basically felt like they needed to get away from this Queen of Wands in the reverse because it wasn't real love. It wasn't a real connection. It was something based on what can you do for me? And here, okay, I guess I'll do this for you. With the Six of Swords, we have somebody realizing my life would improve if I move away from somebody that isn't genuine, or from somebody that just, sees me as convenient. The basic tenet of don't settle, right? Eight of Swords. Lots of air energy. So that would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. I don't know why I'm getting this. I feel like there's somebody distracting this Queen of Wands in the reverse. It's like, I have a decoy over here. Look at this over here. I'm going to put on a little show. You're going to think this is what I'm going after. But while you're tied up with that, I'm actually going to be on this boat back here, leaving. You're going to be distracted by the cute little show on the shore, and I'm dipping. I don't know what the hell that's about. Maybe this person just feels like the Queen of Wands in the reverse is the type to try to be petty, but it feels like we have somebody trying to suggest, I went this way, really I went that way. Like a good old fashioned sign directing you to town, and some cartoon character coming and flipping it and pointing their enemy the other way, Knight of Wands. the Star. I gotta hand it to you, Emperor. You have really been motivated. You may have had a burst of energy or a burst of dedication, determination to really address whatever was the issue within that prevented you from living your life the way that would help you be happier, right? Hello there, Miriam. How are you doing? Hello, Bo. What's going on? Well, you just have to look for my email in the description box and then you can get a private reading. I'm happy to help you with that. We've got a lot of hard work. It's funny because I know I've looked at this card enough to know that what is in front of the Star right here are two little pitchers, right? Pitchers with water. You're supposed to be, balancing things out. But when I looked just now, it looked like it was actually a barbell. Hold on, just got to do a quick couple reps, okay? Did I do it right? Don't I sound like I go to the gym? Look, high five, man. High five, lady, whoever the fuck you are. You're doing it. You are lifting some weights. You are making some changes. You are addressing the problems that have been holding you back. And if no one has said it to you yet, I am proud of you. Good work. You're badass. And I don't know why this song is going through my head. It seems so inappropriate, but I'm going to mention it in case it's appropriate for one of you out there. LL Cool J, doing it and doing it and doing it good. Right? Or is it well? Fuck. I should know this. I think it's good, right? You guys help. Maybe that song will just help you know this is your reading. And maybe it's just a compliment from a comical set of spirit guides that think you're doing a great job. Here's that Wheel of Fortune again. I like to see it in the upright, especially because I don't read these in the reverse. It's like confirmation. Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. This is somebody who is getting what they want after feeling like a bit of an outsider. I'm going to get one more because then that'll complete the set. So look, it might seem ridiculously simple. It might seem too easy, but sometimes when you're a good person, good things happen to you. Sometimes when you walk away from shitty people, shitty things stop happening to you. Is that t-shirt worthy? Is that a thing? Surprise, your life gets better when you leave behind the people that don't treat you well. Like, toodles. I'm gonna go be happy now. There's change happening because you're not afraid to actually instigate the change. If you start baking the cookies, then eventually you get to eat the cookies. You see? That's karma right there, okay? You bake, you eat. Hello there, Kristen. How are you doing? I like it. We have the Fool and the Reaver. Okay, remember with this card, I was like, I don't know why. I just feel like somebody's creating like a distraction. Like, oh, look over here. I'm doing something. Like a magician, right? Like distracting you. You think I'm over here, I don't know, hanging with my homies or hitting on some hot person. I don't know. Like, look over here. And then in the background, we got this ship like, toot, toot, I'm out of here. You don't even notice it. And it's clarified by the Fool in the reverse. And what I heard was, I got you, motherfucker. Like, you're too easy. I know exactly how to make you think what I want you to think. So I don't know. I feel good about it. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing. Sometimes, you do have to move in silence, right? Sometimes you gotta do a little magic, distract people from the bunny in the hat. But I feel like whoever they're trying to distract plays right into this. Like, I knew you would. There's just this like cocky little like, I knew it. I knew you'd fall for it. So if that's you, high five, you did it. You called it. Hey there, Aisha, how are you doing? Hello there, Dawn. Welcome. Nailed it. It's actually a pretty awesome show. I love that host. I can't remember her name, but she's freaking hilarious. All right, so we have number 51, Healer of the Ages. Have I mentioned recently that I love what I do? I love doing this for you all. I'm so glad that you enjoy that I do this for you all because it keeps me laughing. Shit, maybe it keeps me young. I don't know. But like, tell me this adjacent possibilities door isn't exactly what I've just been talking about. Oh yeah, no. There's all these doors. I'm probably using one of those. Oh, just kidding. I used the side door and you never even saw it coming. It's like when you dip from a party, not through the front door. I was smoking a cigarette out back and I caught a taxi and went home. It's cool. Somebody's just kind of like, look, I know how to solve the issues in my life. And it's like dipping. It's leaving a situation that holds me back. With the Healer of the Ages, I do feel like we have somebody that has provided some guidance here. I do feel like this person is older than the King of Wands in the reverse, the Emperor energy. This is somebody who has learned to address some anger issues. This is somebody who has learned to address some emotional immaturity. They're trying to address a depressive state. And I think they're making significant strides because they're doing things for themselves and they're trying to operate out of a place of love. In other words, I feel like they're heavily motivated by protecting themselves, protecting their happiness, or protecting somebody they love. So for some of you, this could be, I'm making changes in my life because I want my kids to have a better life. And you know what? That is an excellent motivation to make change because your kids deserve to be happy and healthy. All right, let's go with a little bit more Lenormand. This is the Gilded Reverie. It's an extended Lenormand. It's pretty awesome. Why don't I get any British people making fun of my horrible British accent? Come on, you know you want to make fun of me. I do love the British accent, just like Brits in general, really. Have you ever seen Geordie Shore? It is unhinged. Unhinged, okay? If anything, just watch it to see like the progression of people's faces as they discover plastic surgery. Don't hate me. It will make you dumber though, just to like put that out there. It is not a show to stimulate intellectual conversation. But I learned some British slang and I think that's pretty fucking cool. All right. Onward. 26 and 29 are the numbers that we have. I'm trying to think of a nice way to say this. Our Emperor, motivated by someone or something they love or want to protect. This could be motivated to make a change because they want to build a better life for somebody in their family. Doesn't have to just be a child, for example. Could be somebody they look up to, like an aunt or a mother or a grandmother, or I'm getting feminine vibe because, of course, there's literally a woman here, okay? But it doesn't have to be. But the important distinction here with this card, because there are two of them, there are two females in this deck and two males for number 28, one with a shirt and one without. And this is the one with the shirt on. So I kind of feel like we have somebody realizing I was looking for different characteristics or attributes in partners or lovers or living situations, or shit, do we want to just go as far as to say like who I bang? Like, this person has changed their requirements. They are attracted to different things. What they maybe initially found attractive about the Queen of Wands in the reverse, they no longer want that. So this could be somebody who realized, I didn't really care if you cheated on me because I might cheat on you. But now I actually want to be in like a monogamous, respectful, loyal relationship. For others of you, this could be somebody realizing, I thought I was attracted to this very specific type of person, but I've found myself very drawn in by the personality or the genuine character of somebody that is not my usual type. Whatever it is, the person that this woman represents is wise. The Emperor sees this person as somebody that helps them deal with the problems they face. I do just have to point this out because this is a little bit weird. On yesterday's reading, I was talking about the numbers 6 through 9, like dates almost. And it was the 6th yesterday. And we have 26 and 29. So it's kind of like echoing that same thing. I don't know if it's still important right now. It could be June 9th is the thing that's trying to come across. But I feel like I should at least mention it. All right, we have the magnifying glass, which is number 44. And the compass, which is number 42. This is that same message. I feel like we have somebody misdirecting someone. I'm trying to locate you. I'm trying to figure out where I can run into you, where I can cause you some sort of drama or bullshit, right? I'm doing this like trying to look you up, trying to figure out if you posted on your social media. But it's not working. It's like, see how the magnifier is over one card? It's like you're over here looking at this thing when actually what you're looking for is way over here. So we have somebody that's constantly trying to get directions or constantly trying to figure out where somebody is. And I feel like this Emperor energy has been distracting this person, has been, it's that way. Go the wrong way. Kind of an expert at this. So, you're amusing the fuck out of me. So I'm here for it. And I got to stop being just a little bit too like laughy over here, because for some of you, you literally need to be not in this person's presence. I'm just going to say, do what you need to do to be safe, because some people out there, they really are crazy. Some people out there will get physical or will get desperate. So like, I don't mean to be making a joke out of the whole thing. I am, however, really proud of you because you're doing it really well. This came out yesterday, right? It's okay to start the fuck over if you have to. Don't be an ungrateful shit. Hello there, Mona. How are you doing? You're what? I don't know what you mean by that. This came out yesterday too. I think there's a lot of overlap from yesterday's reading. There are definitely some similarities in the themes, but maybe you literally can even. So a lot of, yeah, no, you've got the ability to build a new life here. You've got the ability to leave behind something that didn't make you happy. Guess who ain't gotta explain shit to nobody? You. I really like this one. Look, you're going to get curious stares. You're going to get text messages, phone calls, whatever else. What happened? What's going on? Are you moving? What do you do? You don't have to tell anybody shit. You don't have to be an asshole, right? I'm working some things out right now. I can get back to you when I have an update, but not everything is like fully ironed out yet. But I appreciate your concern. How's it going, Peggy? Hello there, Becca. Pretending to be a savage won't heal that hole in your heart, baby. Look, I think there are a lot of things in society that might be a little bit off in terms of what strength looks like. I think in particular, I feel called to talk about men and their emotions, men and abusive relationships. So that could suggest that we do have primarily masculine energy for this emperor. But I do feel like there are a lot of people that go through abuse. It's not just women. I think we should all be trying our best to help people that are in difficult situations, regardless of their gender. I think we should also be willing to accept that there are people that have difficult times, go through depression, or should be taken seriously when they have things like this happen. If you are feeling dismissed by the people in your life, I'm sorry that you're going through that, but there are people out there. There are groups out there that can help you. There are apps that have ways to connect you with people that understand. I also want to shout out to other people that have gone through PTSD or are still experiencing that. Maybe you have complex PTSD. A big hug to you. I resonate with that. It's not easy, but there is a lot of resources out there and a lot of ways to refocus, Be the change you wish to see up in this bitch. That's where we all have to start, right? Maybe I don't like how everyone acts or how everyone treats me, but I can start a change in my life by treating myself the way I know I deserve to be treated. Otherwise, people who don't pick up on the clues, oh, I guess that's how I should treat that person. Get the fuck out. Enjoy the memories. All right, this is the Zodiac fortune telling cards. Let's see what else we have. I just randomly checked the clock and it was 12:22 in case that matters to anybody. Be very careful in what you tell others. This is why you've been sneaky. I support the sneaky. Go on with your sneaky self. All right, I'm done. There's somebody here trying to get information on you, and they don't need to have information on you. They would not do good things with that information. So true blue in every respect. This is your other individual that you're dealing with. Probably this female right here, or somebody that has demonstrated they're very wise, an old soul perhaps. So you do have somebody that is loyal to you. You're going to be happier than you dared to hope. This makes me happy. This isn't my reading, okay? This is your reading, presumably, because, it's almost over and you're still watching. Maybe you just like my shirt. I don't know. I want you to be happy. I want you to do the things that you're doing. Keep doing them. Keep doing them. keep making those changes because you're going to have a happy life. You may not have had that ever. You may not have had that recently. You may not have had that in the last 10 years, but it is what you are fighting for, and it is what is in your near future. So don't give up. Don't blab to these people that don't matter what you're doing, where you're going, what you're eating, what you're drinking. I don't need to know that shit. No one really needs to know that shit. I don't know, maybe like a spouse or something. But all right, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you for putting up with my weirdness. I love you all. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.